Once we're able to represent numbers in interval notation, it's also important to recognize that sometimes two intervals can overlap or intersect each other. There's two symbols that we're going to look at today. The first looks like the letter U, and it represents the idea of a union where a value is in one set or the other. It does not have to be in both. In contrast, an upside down U is what we call an intersection. And in this case, for a value to be in the intersection, the value must be in both sets. As we discussed before when trying to translate into interval notation, in order to determine these unions and intersections, it's very important to begin with that number line. So for example, if I want to know the union of the set -2, 4 and 0, 9, those two intervals, I'm going to take one and plot it on the number line in blue, and I'm going to take the other and plot it on the number line in green. So if I draw my number line here, in blue, I'm going to go from -2, open, because it's a parentheses, to 4, closed. So all of these numbers in blue are included. And then in green, I'm going from 0, closed, out to 9, closed, because both of those are brackets. And notice the union tells me that it's either blue or green. So the overlap of those intervals goes from -2 with the parentheses, because -2 is neither blue nor green, it's an open dot, all the way out to 9 and including 9. So this interval is the union of those two. If I took the same two intervals, but instead of the union, I looked at the intersection, notice this implies that they have to be both blue and green. And the blue and green overlap from 0 out to 4, both included. There are two special circumstances that sometimes happen. If we consider the two intervals, say from 3 to 4, not including 4, intersected with 4 to 9. Again, if I draw my number line, in blue, I'm going to go from 3, closed, to 4, open. And then in green, I'm going to go from 4, open, to 9, open. And because it's an intersection, I want to know what numbers are both blue and green. Well, notice nothing is blue and green. Even though they overlap here, both of those are open. And so what happens here is we call this the empty set. There is no intersection. The contrast to that is if we have something like -infinity to 4 in union with -1 to infinity, if I put those on my number line, in blue, I'm going from -infinity to 4, closed. So that covers this whole span. And in green, I'm going from -1, open, to positive infinity, but it's a union. So the numbers that are blue or green fit into the category. And notice this is going to span from -infinity to positive infinity, which can also be represented as all reals.